Today, we're going on a fascinating journey into the world of David Hume, a brilliant historian and philosopher from a long time ago. He wrote this massive multi-volume book called History of England, and it's like a treasure trove of stories and insights about the past. Don't worry, I'll make sure it's easy to understand for a high school senior like you. So, imagine you're a time traveler, and Hume is your awesome guide, taking you on a thrilling adventure through the history of England. We're starting way back in ancient times and traveling through the centuries, all the way up to the 17th century. It's like having a front row seat to the drama of the past. Now, Hume's History of England is not your typical boring history book with just facts and dates. Nope, it's like reading a captivating novel filled with exciting stories about the people, the battles, the kings, and queens. And guess what? Everything in there is true. Hume wasn't just interested in telling cool stories, though. He wanted to figure out why things happened the way they did. So, he dug deep into the causes and effects of events. You'll learn about how the ancient Britons clashed with the mighty Romans, how the Vikings invaded, and how the Norman conquest changed England forever. But hey, it's not all about battles and wars. Hume also explored the social and cultural aspects of history. You'll discover how the English people lived, what they believed in, and how they governed themselves. Now, here's the exciting part. Hume loved looking at how different kings and queens shaped the course of history. Some were wise and brought peace and prosperity, while others were not so great rulers, leading to turmoil and unrest. But Hume wasn't just a storyteller. He was also a thinker and philosopher, and he had some pretty interesting ideas about the past. He believed that history repeats itself, and he looked for patterns in the past to understand how things might play out in the future. It's like trying to predict what might happen based on what's already happened. Pretty cool, right? Now, let's talk about some of Hume's thoughts on religion. He was a bit skeptical about its role in history. Hume thought that religious conflicts often led to unnecessary wars and bloodshed. He believed it was better to have a more tolerant and open-minded approach to different beliefs. Hume also had some intriguing ideas about human nature. He believed that people were driven by self-interest, but that didn't mean they were always selfish. He thought that a balance of self-interest and empathy for others was crucial for a stable and harmonious society. As we get into the later volumes of his history, things get even juicier. Hume dives into the English Civil War and the Glorious Revolution. These were significant moments in England's history, shaping the country's political landscape and leading to the rise of constitutional monarchy. Hume was a big fan of the idea of limited government and the power of Parliament. He thought that having checks and balances was vital to prevent any one person or group from becoming too powerful. It's like having a bunch of friends watching out for each other, making sure no one takes over the treehouse and becomes a bossy ruler. Now, here's something about Hume's writing style. He was known for being clear and concise. No fancy language or complicated jargon here. It's like having a knowledgeable friend telling you all these exciting stories from the past in a way that's easy to understand. But remember, this book was written a long time ago, in the 18th century, so some of Hume's ideas might differ from what we believe today. That's okay, though. History is always evolving as we learn new things and gain fresh insights. So, to wrap it all up, David Hume's History of England is a thrilling adventure through the past, filled with gripping stories and thought-provoking ideas. It's like time traveling with a fun and knowledgeable friend who helps us understand how the actions of the past have shaped the world we live in today.